in-season training, a lot of middle school, high school, college athletes don't always do in-season training, strength and conditioning, because they think that the training is going to make them too sore for competition and they're not going to be able to play at their best or practice at their best throughout the season. Another reason that athletes think that they can't do it is because of time. Naturally, the schedule gets a lot busier during a sport, especially with kids in school, later nights with practices, games, travel, all those things. So those are some of the reasons that people don't train during the season. But we have several ways that we can work around that, and we definitely recommend two workarounds. It's important for athletes of all levels to train during the season, keep up with the strength and conditioning program, because during the course of the season, they're using a lot of the same muscles over and over, no matter what their sport is, whether it's basketball, continually shooting, doing that same repetitive motion, baseball or softball, where you're constantly throwing, you're using those same muscle groups, and as you continue to use those muscle groups over and over, they can become overdeveloped, while other muscle groups can become lengthened and weak. And when you have that imbalance, that's when injuries can occur. So a lower intensity strength and conditioning program can help an athlete to stay healthy throughout the season, help reduce the risk of those injuries from overuse, as common in many sports. Also, overall strength, overall power, those are things that an in-season strength program can help an athlete maintain throughout the season, so that at the end of the season, they're playing just as strongly or just as powerfully as they were at the beginning of the season. A lot of times, through the rigorous schedule with all the practices and games, athletes become tired, they become deconditioned. But with the strength program throughout the season, an athlete can definitely have an advantage over their opponent who hasn't been training, because their muscles are going to maintain some of that strength that they build up throughout the off-season, throughout the preseason. With our athletes here at Rock Sports, we try to get them in once or twice throughout the week during their seasons. With weeks that they have 4 games or 3 games, they might only get in once. Weeks where they only have 1 or 2 games, then they can probably get in here twice. Those sessions usually range from about a half hour to an hour. There's no need to go beyond that time. And during that time, what we try to focus on is we do some lower intensity strength and plyometric and power work, to keep some of that strength and power throughout the season. And a majority of the time, or about half the time, we spend on recovery and mobility and just strengthening the smaller supporting muscles that help reduce injuries and help our athletes feel fresh, feel good going into the next game, rather than being sore and overtired. We try to keep our athletes fresh through our training program here at Rock Sports.